Hi everybody, it's Robert Salter, the Owl Man, and this is my owl tower which is situated at the bottom of my garden. And in this video I'd just like to show you how I made the tower and hopefully inspire some of you to make an owl tower of your own. I built this tower in the autumn winter of 2021-2022. And it's just an absolute dream come true for me to have built this. And then to have barn owls nesting in the tower is just absolutely incredible. Every day I get pleasure out of this tower, just looking at it. So yeah, as I say, it's 6 bricks by 6 bricks. 2.2 meters to the arch, or if you just want to put a lintel across and just go straight across, you can do that. And the overall height is 4.5 meters. This is the north side of the tower. The south side is identical to the north side. In this owl tower there's 6 nesting chambers, 3 on each side, but if you was to ever make a tower, it's entirely up to you what design you go for, but I'd certainly recommend having no less than 2 nesting chambers, because there will be competition from other species which will want to use the tower, so to always make sure that there is a space for a barn owl to nest in. As you can see, there's 3 entrance holes on this side and 3 on the south side. It's entirely up to you how you want to design the tower yourself, but what I will say is the most fundamental design of the owl tower I would stick to, and that is the fact that it's built on this double skin 9-inch wall. And as you can see on the south side, I've just bricked up so far, and that was so that I could see through the tower when I'm sat watching the owls in the garden. But if you was to build this tower where you wasn't going to be sitting and watching, I would recommend bricking up the 3 sides of the tower, certainly, and not just the 2, because if you brick up just the 2, you will get a slight rock in it in the hour winds. So as I say, the fundamental design is that it's built on this double skin 9-inch brickwork, and then if we go underneath, there you can see just above the arch is what you call the wall plate, which the floor joists sit on, and there is the floor. Just identical there, and it just creates like a little ledge where you could get species like blackbirds or nesting on. The bricks that I use are old imperial bricks, so just look good and in keeping. Looks like it's been here a long time. And the cement mix that I used was 5 sand, 1 cement and 1 shovel of lime. I would also reckon putting in what you call brick mesh in the bed joints, just to give it that extra strength, or brick rail track. I just feel as you're building it, every 6 course you want to be putting in some mesh of some sort, just to give it that added strength. And as you can see at the top, you've got 4 oversailing courses, and the reason that I've done that is so that the ends of the roof trusses are not exposed. It keeps everything tucked in. I have seen designs of this tower where the roof trusses are sticking out the end, which I don't think is a good design, because over time that wood will start to rot and it'll lessen the lifespan of this tower. If these towers are built well, they could last for 100 years or more. As you can see, I've got a Pantal roof. Just a great combination, the old bricks and the Pantal roof. As you can see at the top there, I've just done some fancy brickwork with that dental course. I am a bricklayer by trade, so it was fairly easy for me to build. But it was so enjoyable to build, just seeing it come together, knowing what the end result would be, and hoping what the possibilities were. And it's all exactly paid off how we wanted it. It's absolutely unbelievable, just the joy that we get from this tower. This is where I gain access into the tower. That floor in there, within there, is a trapdoor, and that's where I go up, so that's what we'll do now. So right in front of us here is the trapdoor, which I will now open. As you can see, that's where I climb inside. And if you look here from the wall plate, that's where it turns to 4-inch brickwork. So it goes from 9-inch and then all the way around it becomes 4-inch brickwork. All nicely pointed on both sides. And then basically what you have is a wooden wall all the way up into the roof, which divides the void in which I stand in to the nesting chambers. So there's about a 2-foot void here, maybe just about 2 foot for me just to stand in here, a bit less than 2 foot. But there's ample room for me just to get up in here. So we'll just go up a little bit further and I'll show you inside the nesting chambers. Right, so this is inside one of the nesting chambers. All 4 of them are identical to each other. This is where the barn owls had a second brood last year and raised 5 young. There's the entrance hall there. That's what the owls look out onto. I've just put a bit of a brick baffle here just to stop the winds. I've also put this shelf in here. That's just where the adults can jump up onto that shelf when they've got young ones, just to get away from them. It's really nice and spacious in here. It's absolutely fantastic for barn owls. Plenty of room for them to exercise the wings and get ready for the outside world. This is the chamber where the kestrels raised the young last year. So we had kestrels and barn owls nesting in at the same time. Yes, there's always a little bit of rivalry between the two when they're close to each other, but they're both reared young successfully. There you can see the wall plate which the roof trusses are on. That's the roofing felt. Bitumen roofing felt. You can see an old kestrel egg there from last year. And it looks like she's already started making a little bit of a scrape there, maybe in the corner. This is a view looking out over the garden. Don't know if you can see, but there's a see the summer house and the decking. I spend many hours sat there watching the owls and the kestrels. Got a roofing strap there just to help hold down the roof, which is recommended. Roofing strap there. So yeah, that's a good view of the roof truss coming down onto the wall plate with a bed mouth joint there. Lots of cobwebs. There's also a good chance that there's bats in here as well, underneath the pan tiles, which I made sure that they could get in if they needed to. But spiders have certainly took up residence. This top chamber is slightly smaller. I'm hoping to get little owls in this top chamber. I've got a clay pipe there where they come in. And this is the very top of the tower. That's absolutely ideal for little owls, is that? Fantastic. If I was a little owl, I would definitely want to nest in here. That's the roofing felt, that what you can see there. Right, so that's my owl tower. I hope I've inspired some of you to want to build an owl tower of your own. So if you need any further advice, or even if you'd like me to build an owl tower for you, don't hesitate to get in touch. It'd be great to see more of these in the countryside. They look absolutely fantastic. So, thanks for watching.